Good morning to all of those tuning in. This is the Rebel Lemon, and today we're playing Extracted. So, supposedly, this is a survival horror-esque game. However, there's a twist on it. And instead of being chased by a monster or like, I don't know, psychological horror stuff, the focus here, like the horror, is about the war itself. I'm not too sure what war this is supposed to take place in. However, it does look like it might be the Iraq War. Or something in the Middle East. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too big on my history past World War II. But we do play as a soldier, which is not typically something you'd see in a horror game, seeing as a soldier, unlike a civilian, can actually defend themselves, in theory. So that is fascinating.
Welcome to the Survival Guide. Here you will be shown how to play Extracted. First, you have to remember that you are not a soldier, but a civilian, so always go and find cover, as the person escorting you will deal with the enemy instead. If a firefight is happening close by, it's always an option to run back as fast as possible to the nearest cover. If said cover is too low, crouch. As a famous captain once said, check those corners. Do it before crossing the street may help save your life. Now, for the UI, you can see your health bar in the lower left corner of the screen. It's simple. Don't get shot. It's also better to keep it above 20%, or else you'd have a very hard time with your vision. In the center, you see a compass. Let's be honest here, the directions are useless, but keep in mind the dots that show up. Green is friend and orange is foe. You know who to stay close to. That's all the basics of survival. I hope you can make it out alive.
Okay, actually, I was wrong. We do play a civilian. Being protected by soldiers. That actually makes a lot more sense. See, the game page doesn't really elaborate on that. So the fact that this did was actually really nice. But that's interesting. Alright. I'm excited.
If anyone can hear this broadcast, please follow the sound of our prayers. Every citizen still in the active war zone is required to make their way towards the central mosque immediately. This is the only way to ensure your safety from the insurgents. I repeat, head to the mosque immediately. Coalition forces there will protect you with all their strength. May we survive this terrible crisis and see the coming light of day.
Alright, I'm down. I will say, I know in horror games, having the character that you have to protect is super fucking annoying. But for it to be reversed, and you're the character that needs to be protected, is actually quite fascinating. I don't know if I've ever seen that done before, actually, now that I think about it. I am kind of intrigued on how that's gonna work. Alright, like they said, check corners. And
You know the short way out. I'll provide cover.
check corners, and we can see the ants. And make sure we hit cover.
Bad day, be bad guy.
Oh, I'm not behind.
Obstacle cleared. Got him.
Jesus. I got stuck. Yeah, that's one of those things where you definitely have to check for cover better. Shit. An eye for an eye will only make the whole world blind. I tried to run for that cover, I didn't know what else to do.
If anyone can hear.
Alright, round 2. Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. I mean, it's a survival horror game. I don't... Oh god. This is gonna have the escort NPC issue. Except for, instead of them being behind you not being fast enough, or walking out and getting themselves killed, it's more the guy who's supposed to protect you is doing a shit job because he's not taking point.
You know the short way out. I'll provide cover.
And
obstacle cleared. Got him.
I didn't realize there were 3 guys here before. Oh, he even has a reload animation.
Be a bad guy.
I'll also say the model's actually really well. You want to do anything? Oh, I can just push him. That is...
Stay down, bastard.
Thank you for nothing.
Good night.
Man, I get we're civilian, but don't you think it would be kind of smart to pick up a weapon? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, I was behind cover and ducking. Oh man, that's brutal. I will jump to when I get to that spot again. I'll see you in a minute.
Night.
Hey, so... I'm back. I died a few times. Surprisingly, the clothing does block gunfire, but it's kind of iffy on how well it does. So it is really...
These guys are everywhere.
Jesus. It is probably just better to push him out. But I'm also really lucky he got
That's
that.
as far as I can escort you. I have to go back for other civvies.
Alright. That's not what I was wanting to hear. Especially since there's another dead civilian and soldier.
Hold your ground! Those bastards are coming at us!
Oh my god, it's just a shit show. Okay, hold on. If we can get a jump... Okay, we can't really jump up there. It does look like they're holding out pretty well. However... You guys need way more reinforcements. Oh, is that the Mosque? Oh, did I finally make it? Hell yeah. Today. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. War is super fucked up. And I do think, even though this is a small snapshot into what a civilian in the middle of a war has to deal with, I think this doesn't even cover the carnage and the destruction, especially when, like, out of everything, we were doing pretty well, all things considering here. But when you're outnumbered and outgunned like that, chances are the people trying to save your lives aren't gonna be winning. And a lot of civilians are probably gonna die. Personally, I wouldn't hold up with a bunch of other people. I think I'd probably isolate and try to keep my head down. Granted, that's also depending on the situation, and it does seem like in this situation the best thing was to maybe hit the Mosque. Yeah, just, it really depends. Man, that really sucks. Especially since the occupying force trying to help out the civilians seem to be spread pretty far and thin and not working in groups, which they really should be. That's one of the best advantages they have, you know? Anyways, I did actually like this game. It's actually an interesting take on, I guess, survival horror, where it's switching around the protagonist from someone who might be able to defend themselves to having to rely on someone else to defend them. The only thing I will say is I do wish the AI took point more and led the civilian, like they do in some other games, except for, like, you're also a soldier in those games. That's one thing I would say. And then what you could do on that is have the fact that you have to pay attention to, like, call out and make sure you're not being, like, pincered. Basically something coming from the back to kill you. Always keep you on guard. Other than that, I want this experience more fleshed out and longer, you know? Like, this was like a day one introduction kind of thing. And there was like a few more, like, days, but they were much longer. That'd be fascinating, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, I really enjoyed this, but I'm gonna end it there. So with that being said, thank you for tuning into The Frequency. This is the Rebel signing off. So, good night and sweet nightmares.